So, damit kommen wir zur zweiten Partie. Er kommt aus der Nähe von Hannover. Er ist 30 Jahre alt und er hat einen großen Traum, mal irgendwann mit dem Dartsport den Unterhalt zu verdienen, Profi zu werden. Vielleicht beginnt ja dieser Traum hier in Jena beim German Darts Masters 2017. Wir drücken ihm die Daumen für diese zweite Runde und heißen ihn herzlich willkommen, Steffen Siepmann! Steffen hat es mit einem Mann aus England zu tun. 27 Jahre ist er alt. Er steht zurzeit in der Weltrangliste so hoch wie noch nie. Er ist die Nummer 24 der Welt und er hat vergangenes Wochenende seinen ersten PDC-Titel holen können auf der Pro Tour. Ein herzliches Willkommen dem Rockstar Joe Cullen.
Well, the final host nation hope. Stefan Siepmann in action now, but it looks like a bit of a potential mismatch. Joe Cullen, fresh from winning his first PDC title a week ago today, would be coming into this brimming with confidence, although Siepmann did get through his first round match against Andrew Gilding. Rob Malarkey was in the commentary box for it, and he joins me in the commentary box for this one.
There we go. If I just press that red button first, that should help massive, shouldn't it, Chris? Yeah, Stefan Siepmann, what can we say about that win over Andrew Gilding yesterday? Anything like that today, he'll be blown away by Joe Cullen. Make no mistake about that. He beat Gilding 6-4. He averaged 75.5. 6 from 33 on his doubles. That is a statistic that will have to improve drastically. The percentages will just have to be escalated if he's to stand any chance whatsoever. Some fighting qualities, though, about that win yesterday.
First leg, Stefan to throw first. Game on.
He trailed 3-1 after Gilding won a 25 dart fourth leg. It was that sort of match, by the way. And then he won 5 of the next 6
60.
To book his place in the second round. Won the bull off behind the stage. Opens with a 60.
121.
Cullen responds with 1-2-1.
Yeah, last Sunday in Barnsley, Joe Cullen clinched his first PDC title, having lost in finals on 4 previous occasions, including a couple last year.
60.
Now, Cullen said after that he had been made aware by looking at Twitter that he'd become the highest ranked player to have not won a title after Daryl Gurney won on
40.
Saturday to hand him that kind of unwanted mantle. He'd lost first round on Saturday, Cullen, and he survived a couple of match darts in his first round match on Sunday against Jordi Mawisa. But then after that, he embarked on a run beating Robert Owen, Steve Beaton, John Michael, James Richardson, semi-final 6-4 against Mervyn King, and then beat Daryl Gurney, who averaged 107 against him in that final, and he let out a roar that was only rivaled by Gurney's 24 hours earlier, leaving us under no illusions what that meant to him.
Well, Cullen's made a sluggish start here.
59.
Siepmann has not really had the chance to get away from Cullen, even though it's promises to be another below par visit unless he can find another trouble.
Stefan, you require 142.
So he's down to a finish of 107, but after 15 darts, often takes players a little while to settle into any sort of match environment.
110. 98. Stefan, you require 98.
So this for the opening leg. Double 12.
86.
And they are the sort of chances that he will
12.
have to take. So Cullen, double 6.
Game short in the first leg, Joe Cullen.
And despite the fact he
Joe
needed 20 darts to do it, it's a break for Joe Cullen.
Yeah, Siepmann just getting 1 dart to take that first leg, and it was pulled badly, aiming for the double 12.
30.
Yesterday was his first time on the big stage in any darts tournament, Stefan Siepmann, so you can kind of forgive
93.
nerves from him, but he must have not been able to believe his luck in the form that, or the lack of form that Andrew Gilding showed in that one.
An average of 66 from
47.
a man who reached the UK Open semi-finals 2 years ago. That's the alarming thing. He just looked at a shadow of the man who did so well in 2015. Cullen looks to be more in control in this leg, on his throw, of course.
85.
He knows that he's a massive favourite in this match and obviously needs to just stay
59.
professional, get the job done, remain focused. It's, you know, everyone wants to go up there and play in brilliant matches and come out on top, producing the best stuff. But sometimes it takes a good
99.
performance from your opponent to bring that out of you. And Joe Cullen needs to maintain some kind of concentration levels in this one.
60.
Well, it was in this event a year ago in Munich, the German Darts Masters, where Cullen made his maiden European Tour semi-final appearance,
24. Joe, you require 136.
having played in his first TV quarter-final at the UK Open not long before that.
78.
Cullen has just started to string together a series of notable firsts and notable achievements, hasn't he? The title last weekend, as you mentioned, being the latest.
100. Joe, you require 58.
So 2 darts here for a 2-0 lead. 2 goes at tops. 1 at double 10.
48.
Well.
Stefan, you require 116.
Not quite there just yet. Oh, double 18 he wants it.
80. Joe, you require
Again.
10.
Couldn't really get near the double. And Joe Cullen now looks to
He
double
short
his
to the
lead on
second
double
leg. Joe
5,
Cullen.
which is exactly what he does. Another first, you mentioned Joe Cullen, and another first
Third
was
leg, Stefan to throw first.
after several
Game on.
unsuccessful visits to Alexandra Palace, he finally won a game there in December last year, and credit to him because it was the
39.
rather highly hyped Corey Cadby that he ran into.
It was a bit of needle in that one, wasn't there? I do recall watching that one. It was a really good tussle between those
28.
two, and there was just a bit of an added ingredient to it, I thought.
Certainly was a brilliant game to watch.
100.
Entertainment without even looking at the board on the split screen in that one, but Joe Cullen really impressive in how he got the job done.
58.
He was beaten by Adrian Lewis in straight sets in the next round, but his performance, probably the scoreline was a little bit harsh.
140.
Some 80 on the cards here for Cullen.
140.
Not quite there.
He played pretty well in the UK Open this year as well, beat Robert Thornton 10-2 in round 3, which is where he entered because
45.
of qualifying as one of the top 32. And then Cristo Reyes, another good player, 10-5, and he was beaten 10-9 by Kim Huybrecht. So
60.
small margins, and he, as you said, he'd been getting first, he'd been threatening something, and it finally came together for him last Sunday. And he was,
40.
as well as a proud man, I got the sense he was a relieved man.
Well, he's making hard work of this leg as well, a little bit.
137.
Siepmann with another outside chance here. He's missed darts in both legs so far. Finds himself 2-0 down. He'll feel aggrieved if he loses this leg as well.
91.
They have to rely on
Go
Cullen not
150.
taking out the 115. Few possible routes. Doesn't get a dart, so Siepmann this time will
59.
get 2. Has failed to fire
Seven,
with
you
one
record
dart double in
46.
each of the last 2 legs. Will having 2 be the difference?
There you short
There
in the
it is.
third leg. Stefan Siepmann.
Yeah, he'll feel much better
Will
now.
Joe to throw first.
Still a breakdown. But he's avoided the
140.
whitewash, which may well have been on his mind. That's something that Joe Cullen inflicted on
60.
Gary Anderson in this tournament last year. 6-0 against the then world champion, having beaten James Wade as well.
131.
So it wasn't as if he was given a kind draw or a kind passage into the last four. He really had to work for it. Made the last 16 in Hildesheim last
100.
month. Knocked out by Sulovic, having beaten Jamie Baines 6-2 in his opener.
Well, Siepmann's still something of an unknown quantity. We can't really
100.
take much from his match yesterday against Gilding, but we do, well, I certainly feel that Joe Cullen's performance level will improve during this match.
138. Joe, you go 130.
Well, his overall play is much better than yesterday, Siepmann. There's no doubt about that.
58.
Maybe he was just dragged down to an extent by.
Well, the thing is, Cullen's not giving him chance to miss more than one dart at a double in this one.
98.
Those
Joe,
scores
you
of 0 when
72.
you miss doubles that drag the average really, really low.
Yeah.
Although right now, both still averaging in the 70s.
56. Stephen, you go 105.
And another chance to get a leg on the board here. Even bigger chance now. Has that found the 13? Yes, it has. Double 16.
Game shot and a full flag.
And a 105 check out for a
17.
2-all scoreline.
Yeah, that is a break of throw.
Triple X,
And that's why
first.
the
Game on.
German crowd are making themselves heard, cheering on their man.
81.
And if Joe Cullen thought that he could stroll to the finish line, he's got another thing coming.
100.
And
45.
I expect the noise to go up a fair few notches as well on the decibel count if Siepmann does win this fifth leg.
80.
Sole surviving German, he may just be starting to give the crowd some encouragement here. Winner to face Simon Whitlock in the last 16 tomorrow.
60.
Yeah, Whitlock was made to work hard earlier today against Johnny Clayton, who put in a very impressive performance in defeat against the Australian.
96.
But the man sometimes dubbed the beard to be feared will not be fearing either of these opponents on this performance.
Not on the
80.
evidence so far. I still fully expect Cullen to win this, but just waiting for Cullen's just to turn it on a little bit here. And
81.
so far, it's not really happening. Okay, he's down to a finish on Siepmann's throw here, 144.
Siepmann's going to be down to a rather smaller one.
135.
And that actually is not a bad miss.
You go 144.
Yeah, because it's just squared it off nicely. And Cullen will not be finishing here and now.
96. Stephen,
So
you go on
he was
100.
2-0 down. Can he find himself 3-2 up? Well, that's a perfect first dart for him. Two goes at tops, just inside the wire for double 10.
Game shot
And a
fifth
105
leg.
checkout is backed
70.
up by a 100 checkout.
Triple Joe to
He
throw
trailed
first.
2-0 and now he leads 3-2. Do we have a story on the cards here, Chris Murphy?
Well,
96.
we said at the start of the game, something of a mismatch, but Stefan Siepmann is making a real fist of this, a real fight of it. certainly-
137.
Improved. He's matching Joe Cullen. Now, we haven't had one of these yet.
We
have now.
180.
First 180 coming in the sixth leg of the match.
100.
Well, I was about to say, I don't think Joe Cullen will be panicking just yet,
23.
but after that visit of 23, he's just let in Siepmann again here.
One treble leaves the finish. Another one would really apply the pressure.
100.
Well, he'll get a shot. And this would bring the house down.
It certainly would. A second breaker throw for Siepmann.
145. So you go
On a
164
164 checkout really would do. Tall order. And it ain't going to go.
40.
And
Joe
that's-
Uruguay 57.
It's just given Cullen a bit more breathing space, so two goes at tops. And again, it's inside for double 10, but he's hit double 6 instead, so
49.
that's left him 8.
So you go
So
124.
1-2-4. Still a chance. Bullseye for Siepmann. Oh.
88. Joe
Didn't really
Uruguay
get near.
8.
And this has to go, Joe.
Game short to the 6 flag, Joe Cullen.
Yeah, 3 apiece, but once again it's another missed
7
darts
flag, Stefan
at
to throw first.
a double, or in that
Game
case
on.
the bull for Siepmann. So of the 3 legs that Cullen has won, Siepmann has been in the frame to
60.
potentially steal
Yeah, missed darts in each of them. Could have been over.
by now, but it's not.
43.
Cullen is still very much the favourite here.
121.
Oh, you say that, Rob.
Well, he was 12 to 1 on at the start of play. I think
77.
anybody who took those prohibitive odds may well be just sweating a little bit, but they'll be hopeful.
140.
Well, there may be a few of the home nation punters in the crowd that have had a happy bet here at the Happy Bet German Darts Masters if Siepmann comes through this.
140.
He's on the brink of leading 4-3.
Well, that
Easy one.
has just scuppered him slightly.
I think Cullen needs another.
100. Stephen, you require 99.
So he'll be down for the 19s. May go tops, or may just think, well, Cullen's on a big finish here.
Ah, well,
49. Joe, you require 141.
Let's see if he was right.
well, Siepmann will be back.
105. Stephen, you require 50.
Big moment this. Double 16. Not far away, double 8s.
Game shot to the
And
7
on we
flag.
go.
70.
It is 4-3.
Leave Joe to throw first.
Well, it being good in that segment. It was the first time he missed double 16, and when he did, landed the double 8
100.
straight away. And now Cullen really is in a bit of a pickle.
He is, because he's all of a sudden running out of legs here. He needs
45.
Siepmann to slip up. He's almost banking or hoping that he does. But he needs to raise his own game here, Joe Cullen.
100.
We had the chat at the start of play today, Rob, about which unseeded players may pose potential shocks. Raymond van
81.
Barneveld was mentioned, Mervyn King.
This guy never got a mention, by the way.
He was not even on the radar. Well, he is now.
97.
But it's understandable why he wasn't, given how he played yesterday. Or given the nature of that match against Andrew Gilding. But like I say, it was a good fight back. 3-1 down. He won 5 legs out of 6 to get himself over the line. After a real war of attrition with Gilding.
Well, look, it's hard enough qualifying for these events, so he must be able to throw darts at a decent standard. It was his first game on the big stage yesterday. Maybe he's starting to settle in a little bit now. He's only been playing darts since 2008. Still works as a roofer.
Yeah.
He's taking on fully fledged pros here.
81.
3-6-1 wins in
7 years
qualifying,
139.
including one over Martin Schindler's Conqueror as well.
59. Joe, you require 66.
You feel this has to go, Joe, otherwise, oh well, double 6 now.
Game shot in the A flag, Joe Cullen. 9 flag, Stefan to throw first. Game on.
A race to 2.
60.
Not sure many people thought we'd be in this position. Certainly not Joe Cullen.
100.
Former postman, lives in Brighouse in West Yorkshire. We're hoping not to be heading back
100.
there until Tuesday.
$59.
Silence in the arena. Are they sensing a shock?
I think one or two of them are still looking on in disbelief, to be honest, at what Siepmann is doing at the moment. But there is just a very, very timely reminder from Joe Cullen. Not on a finish, though, Joe Cullen.
100.
But nor is Siepmann, and it's his throw. It's much harder work than Joe Cullen expected to have had to work for this.
130.
But he's poised now for a very, very timely break indeed.
You mentioned that win against Moisa as well in the Players' Championship recently. Often players need a lucky escape, don't they? A bit of a close run thing to get them going, and this is certainly a close run thing for Joe Cullen. You often look back at many a successful campaign in any sport, really, and you look back and you think, well, look at that, he just got through in that particular encounter. And
well, his words, he said it fired him up. He had a word with himself, said, come on, Joe, and maybe that's what he needs to do when he goes back and reflects on this game tonight.
Will he be reflecting on an opening day win or a second round win in this German Darts Masters, or will he be reflecting on an astonishing victory for Stefan Siepmann? Cullen
100
with the advantage now with the break and throwing first here, and off and running in this 10th leg as well.
95. 40.
Oh, just 40, so he's still not really taking control here either. And if Siepmann can find another treble, and he can.
Well, you just started to sense that when Joe Cullen got that break, that would have been enough. It may not be. He may have to break again in a deciding leg.
Well, Siepmann will be down to a finish first. Could do with a ton here.
60.
Flight's been dislodged, but he's got 60 on the board.
Now he's going to apply some pressure.
139. Stephen, you require 121.
So here we go. This to level the match.
Well, I can't believe he's gone that way. I can't believe he's gone that way.
I was assuming he was going to go maybe treble 11 there, but he's hit the 9 instead.
He's gone 25.
86. So you require 74.
Well, maybe that's just a lack of big stage experience.
Could cost
double
him.
16 here for Joe Cullen. Double 8. It could well cost him in the final reckoning, but he gets another
66.
lifeline. Stefan Siepmann. It doesn't matter what happened before if he takes this out. Still got work to do.
Well, it's
19 off for double 8s.
And
it is a deciding leg. I'm not sure whether he was going for that.
No,
19.
I think he was going free for double 16.
Because it was very close.
But in the end, he didn't really matter. Same kind of part of the board, but a crazy end to that leg. Will it be
60?
An unlikely end to this match? Of course, any outcome is always possible.
100.
Well, Siepmann kicks off with 60. Cullen responds with a ton. Doesn't want to. There's too many trebles here, and he's recovered well there as well. But
well, there was a bit of a pause when Joe Cullen threw that first dart in treble 20. It was
96.
A perfect dart for him to follow. Now, I don't know if he lost a grip in the dart in his other hand or anything, or whether he's feeling the tension up there. Be the mother of all shocks for Joe Cullen, this.
$57.
And can the German crowd just lift their man over the finish line?
Thought there may have been a bit more of a noise at the start of this final leg, to be honest.
21.
And there he's pulled off the Robin Hood shot as well at this crucial stage of the match. Fine margins may well benefit Joe Cullen.
Siepmann just taking his time. You can see Cullen walks away as well then, maybe just taking a bit of a sting out of it. Cullen will be going for a match shot at 153, and if he doesn't take it, Siepmann will get a shot, and he doesn't.
Well.
93. Stefan, you require 160.
Here we go, Stefan Siepmann. This is your moment. Well, at least it was. The roof
60.
would have come off the Sparkassen Arena had that gone, but it's Joe Cullen now looking at 60, and surely he is not going to look this particular gift horse in the mouth, or is he?
40.
Well,
He is.
well.
Siepmann is back in
Stefan
here.
Unicorn 100.
Cullen has given a massive reprieve, and he now wants tops,
Game,
and he
shot.
takes it out.
And the match,
And Stefan Siepmann has pulled off one of the most unlikely victories on the European Tour. Joe Cullen, a 12-1 on chance at the start of this match. Name your price if you like, but Stefan Siepmann has seen him off, and that is the biggest upset of the weekend, and I think one of the biggest upsets in fairly recent history here on the European Tour. And the German crowd celebrates because one of their own has made it through to the third round tomorrow. A look of bemusement on many of the faces in the crowd as they celebrate as well. Let's grab a quick word with him, draw our breath for Suljovic and Jamie Lewis on
Das
the way.
war die Nummer 24 der Welt, Steffen. Das war eine enge Kiste, mein lieber Mann. Aber klasse hinten raus gemacht, direkt den Matchstart gecheckt.
Ja, auf jeden Fall. Also, ich bin mega stolz.
Wie ist es, vor so einer Kulisse zu spielen? Wie ist es, so angefeuert zu werden?
Das ist der Hammer, habe ich gestern schon gesagt. Und ich kann es nur wieder betonen. Es ist der absolute geile.
Wir sehen dich morgen wieder, Steffen. Du hast den 3. Tag erreicht. Gratuliere dir. Er steht im Achtelfinale. Steffen Siepmann aus Hannover. Der wohl größte Tag in seiner Karriere. Und ihr seid alle live dabei. Mann. Kurz abkühlen und dann sind wir gleich schon wieder da.